I'm Vespa, a 13-year-old girl struggling to survive in the age of genetic collapse, when the last of the natural forests have been eroded away by acid rain. Humans have learned, since land has learned to live, with mutant creatures my prosthetic eyesight can see the bioelectric currents of plants. The scales between my toes help me walk through humus, and my father's spinal nerves are barely manipulating his paralyzed body through a neural interface I've invented. Every day before dawn, I climb the abandoned tower of the homemade spider salt group, not to see the sun rise the sky here. Here is perpetually shrouded in a rust-coloured haze, but to collect a glowing firefly lava. Then, neurologic secretions activate the improved corn seeds of my father's cultivated, and these kernels, smaller than a fingernail cap, are all the hope we have of surviving as father and daughter. That stormy afternoon, I found the dying woman in the forest. Her body was being eaten away by mutated plants, and her brightly coloured clothing marked her as a fugitive, and I brought her. I used DNA to technology to heal her wounds. She broke him where her father was and if he was still alive, praying for me to find her father. I didn't know who her father was. I couldn't believe a word she said or did. Suddenly my father started to convulse. I panicked and knew what to do. She kissed my brother and my father started to get better slowly. At this moment I realised that her body must be hiding some secret. She saved my father, so I agreed to her request, and I found her father in a protected barn in the forest, at which point my uncle found his way here as well. He was the ruler of the village, a murderous fiend in control of all the plant seeds of the village. He found the man behind me and killed him. I tried to stop him, but was held down dead by his large hands. He took the body away and I knew he was going to use the blood to grow his seeds. I sat paralysed on the floor and could only pass the woman off as not having found. I took her to my lab, which contained some plants I had cultivated to survive in this apocalyptic world. And my uncle approached me at this point, knowing that there must be a companion and believing that the companion had come here with a secret, which I flatly denied, and he stopped asking. Unbeknownst to me, he had his eye on the DNA repair technology I had developed. On the work I was threatened, I knew it was my uncle's doing, and my left hand was marked by them, a mark that kept everyone away. But I never expected that we would find her father in the swamp, and her eyes revealed vengeance, and she also told me about the latest technology that she carried in her body, like a trust. And I developed the technology to reproduce the seed technology without any influence through the technology, through the unique DNA in her body. A perfect coexistence occurred with the seed I developed. Under the catalytic conditions of the music, I dripped the potion on it to find the cells fully alive. A purple fluorescence suddenly appeared in the window outside, and I realised that danger was upon us, and with it came a white fungus that infamously infested the room. And I stood at the table seeking to defend myself, while my father chose to explode in order to protect me, and I cried out in agony. All day go back at night, we were dark being chased by Barabasura, which is to explain why their mother and daughter had an accident, and she chose to sacrifice to protect me, so that she could keep the world from being ruled by a ruler. As the first rays of the morning sun penetrated the haze, I crouched by the ruins and buried the last of the primordial seed in the scorched earth. This is not death, but the beginning of new life. The world may never return to its original form, but at least we have learned to stop pruning our souls with genetic scissors. When the first drops of rain fell on the fluffy hairs of the shoots, I suddenly realised that true survival is never about adapting to destruction, but rather about letting hope grow new years in all the cracks that are considered impossible.